Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and sometimes these YouTube streets. Before we begin, be sure to like this video as an easy and free way of supporting the channel. I see everyone already in the chat. Where is everyone? Okay, I asked the question. Wow, Cleveland's in the house. I love this comment. Carlos says, "Oh Lord, Kempire done ate too much and got itis." Woo! New Zealand, what's up, Data? Houston's in the house. Love this. Houston, more Houston, Jamaica's in the house. Charlotte, North Carolina, Columbus, Ohio. Is this about Monica? Wait, maybe I should turn. Look, maybe I should turn this off and talk like this the entire live. TikTok, if you wonder what we're talking about, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're live there. We're also live on Facebook, the Kempire on Facebook, Kempire Daily on Facebook. And we're live on Twitch, the Kempire, and on Twitter at the Kempire. What is going on, y'all? As I said to you before, I was staying away from this story. We first reported on this All About the Tea drama this week when Dr. Wendy Asefo got involved. She got involved and posted a tweet all about it. Matter of fact, did I save the tweet on here? Let me just go to her Twitter real quick, y'all, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Hold on one second, y'all. And while you're here, everyone, be sure to like this video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. You're getting daily and consistent hot topics here on the channel. So back on June 8th, that was only a couple of days ago, Dr. Wendy Asefo went on her social media and said this: "How funny it is that a blog that has attacked my family with countless baseless rumors is now getting exposed by her own employees as a liar, a fraud, and a xenophobe who only posts slanderous stories for clickbait. Karma never misses." Have a blessed Tuesday, y'all. Hashtag RHOP. Oh. All right. Oh my goodness. Shout out to everyone in the chat. People are saying that Monica, the avatar, is live. That's fine. We're reporting on a story. We're reporting on a story, and I'm sure she would appreciate us reporting on a story. People are like, bring back your face. Oh my God. Why is this thing? My little thing here is a little delayed. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Testing. All right. I felt I was a little delayed on my live stream. I don't know. Something might be going on with StreamYard today. What's going on, everyone in chat? So, as I said to you before, because Dr. Wendy involved herself, her and Candy Gal, aka Candace, involved themselves in this drama, we had to report on it. And we did a live. If you missed that live, mods, shout out to all my mods that are already in the chat. Appreciate everyone being here. Be sure to link everyone to that. Testing. Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? I think we're better now. Something's going on with StreamYard. I think StreamYard is, it's synced now. Okay. So it wasn't just me. So everyone was experiencing the same thing. Something's going on with StreamYard. I've seen a couple of other creators saying the same thing, but we're going to get it together. We're good. We're good. We're just going to keep going. All right. We will be taking callers in a few, but I wanted to kind of go through some of the story. So as you know, Plez, Scared or Beautiful here on YouTube, was a part of the panel. She left. That imploded the entire panel. Now the entire panel, except Marcella. Marcella, we hear, are still in the good graces of Monica. Save the avatar. Protect the avatar. I'm using her own words. She said protect the avatar. And look, your business is our business when it becomes this big. It became this big of a huge of a story. Monica broke her silence this week in an exclusive interview with this woman. Who is this woman? Hold on, let me get to my pictures. Who is this woman? Hold on. Who is this woman? And shout out to Miriam, because Miriam reminded us, this woman is this woman. Y'all remember this woman, aka Jamal's I don't know what to call it. Jamal's girlfriend. Okay, there we go. You see the video there. Jamal's girlfriend. This is from back in December 2020. I never watched the interview. Everyone said you should watch the interview. You should watch the interview. I tried, but I couldn't get into it. But shout out to Miriam for letting us know who this woman was, because look, Monica has every right to tell her side of the story. Look, we do this pop culture thing here on the channel, and as I've said multiple times, I'm the curator of pop culture, meaning I pick and choose what I want to report on. There are tons of stories to report on, and I was staying away from this story. Part of the reason was because, you know what? They do what we do. We sourced them before. Look, we'll let them figure that out on their own. I was giving them a little grace. But then Dr. Wendy, look, Dr. Wendy, she put her hands in her pocket. Dr. Wendy put her hands in her pocket, and she slid her way on in. She slid her way on in. So we had to report on it. And then Monica broke her silence this week with this interview with Dr. Griffin. Look, I think Monica is, she can talk on her own. She didn't need this interview, but it seemed as if Monica got her henchmen to speak for her and ask her certain questions. It kind of reminded me of LaToya Forever and that video that she did where she wanted to address Adam Ali and what he was saying in the Tasha K interview. And then we all were saying, like, why didn't she just tell her story? Why is she having someone in it? It came across like that. And I think I would have respected her a little bit more if she just spoke her story on her own. Just saying. Or got a better interviewer. I don't know what Dr. Griffin's normal job is, but it wasn't a good interview. And y'all shaded my boy Up and Adam on his interview. Adam did a 10 times better job with his interview with Fallon Gobadia than Dr. Griffin did with Monica. Because she clearly was a stan. And look, and you can be a stan and still be a legitimate interviewer. Okay. Colette said let me post that up. Colette said, hold on, y'all. Colette said the interview sounded coached by Monica. Oh, without a doubt. But that's the thing. We know this happens with celebrities where they are coached, but they do a better job at getting the right interviewer and setting up the correct scenario. According to Monica, though, she feels as if, based off of, there were a lot of, All About the Tea. Everyone's been talking about All About the Tea. Look, I'm a curator of pop culture. I decided to talk about All About the Tea. Yes, it's worthy of talking. But she says she is worthy of a Gayle King interview. Okay. All right. Gayle King. All right. Look, if you're not going to shoot high in the sky, look, it is what it is. Just a reminder, speaking of Gayle, because some of you think I'm new to this. Yeah, some of you think, I know some of you you're hate watching. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right to hate watch. I know, I understand. Not new to this, though. Kempire Radio has been around for almost 15 years. 15 years of interviewing some of your favorite celebrities, including people like Brandy, Brian McKnight, Danity Kane, JoJo, Mila from 702, Oprah Winfrey. Speaking of Gayle. And I'm not trying to, throw it in anyone's face. But sometimes you got to throw out your credentials. Monica threw out her credentials. She's been doing it for 8 years. All right. I think I interviewed Oprah, what was it, 8 years ago? When was that? It might be almost 9. I don't even remember. All right. I see you all have opinions in the chat. I've marked certain areas of the interview that I would like to discuss. I also marked some follow-up lives that the Bishop did. Also, Toxic Monique did a live. I'm not going to play all the videos because it's a lot. And it was hours of work. You see, this is real journalism. This is real journalism. I don't care what anyone says. Do you think Don Lemon is doing this? Okay, maybe. Look, maybe. But with that being said, let me take a sip. Oh, I'm water here. Go. I also took notes. I took notes, y'all. I highlighted. It was a lot of work. Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Look, thank you for the reminder, Diana. Fact, Kempire Daily has interviewed Portia and Up and Adam. Found coincidence? I think not. I love it. You guys are shadier than me. Okay, so let's get to it. We have over 400 something people in the chat. I know I usually start on time, but I also understand some people on some other people time. It is what it is. Shout out to all my mods in the chat. Yes, we slowed down tonight's live because you know what? We're going to manifest into the world. This is going to be the biggest live we've ever done. And look, as I said to you before, we didn't want to cover the story, but when you include a housewife, it becomes a story. So Monica, as I said to you before, did her own live, did one with this doctor. Let's go back. Let's just go back. I like to remind you, because I had to watch this interview more than once. More than once. This is the doctor. This is Dr. Griffin, PhD. We'll get to Wiley at the bottom in a second. He doesn't come until the end. I thought Monica might reveal herself. Not to say that Monica needs to reveal herself. I'm not one of those people that said Monica should show her face. But I am one of the people that says there is no way in hell I would be calling her mom or saying I love you or doing business, transactional business with someone I don't know. I've never seen her face. I've only talked to her voice, her avatar. I personally wouldn't do it. I'm not shaming the Bishop, Ples, or anyone for doing it. Me personally, I would not do it. But this live that Monica did, it went from stating her case. Of course, the doctor, Dr. Griffin, hyped her up. You know, you've been doing this for 8 years. You're the CEO and founder. Blah 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 blah. All right, we get it. No one. I mean, okay, maybe they were attacking Monica's credibility. I don't think they were attacking her credibility. I think they were attacking her professionalism. Not to say that any of it was true, because none of us know. None of us have worked with her. This is just their story. Now this panel is officially done. The only person that's left on this panel right now is Marcella. Shout out to Marcella. She's the only one from what we hear. Not sure if she will return. Is she? Oh no, you guys said that she's the avatar is attacking this lot. Oh Lord, it's okay. Look, it's all right. Can we have the battles of the avatars? Can we have the battles of the avatar? You see my face? This is really my face. It doesn't matter, y'all. This is what we do. We talk about celebrities. So all of us are fair game. We are all fair game. We're all fair game. But I like to think that I'm somewhat fair. I like to think I'm somewhat fair. Because if you are a teacup, I have no issues with you. We're reporting on what's been going on. What's been going on. She did this live with Dr. Griffin. As I said to you before, I feel like this could have been handled so much better. Not to say that I would have done the interview. I honestly didn't. Look, I wouldn't have done the interview. Especially because, as we saw, it was a controlled sort of interview. It was sort of having your own henchmen out there to handle this interview. Okay. With that being said, can we just let's go to some of the highlights from this interview. And as I said to you before, I'm only going to play just a little bit of the audio. I'm not going to play the actual video. Just a little bit of the audio. Before we begin, we will not be doxing anyone in the chat. And when I say doxing, we are not identifying or speculating on who Monica is. We have never, look, I'm not gonna say we've never done that. I've speculated. However, we're not naming names. If Monica would like to be an avatar here on social media, she has every right. She has every right. All right. So, mods, anyone that is doxing anyone in the chat, they will be timed out. Their comments will be deleted. And if I and if I see it continue to happen, I will block them. As a reminder, my mods have very limited abilities in the chat. So if you're blocked, it was me. If you would like to unsubscribe, all right. Amber says she needs sage and wine first. I'm gonna sage out this house as soon as I'm done with this story. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it, y'all. All right. Let me just get because I wrote down all my little notes here, y'all. So she addresses Ples. Ples, this is how it all started. It started with Ples, Scared or Beautiful, here on YouTube, leaving the panel, which caused a lot of drama. And one of the reasons why Ples decided to do an additional video, a live that she did, was because of the allegations that she left the panel for mental health reasons. Monica addresses this in her live interview with Dr. Griffin. I'm going to play a little bit of a clip and we'll go. We'll go. All right, so hold on.
And so they can go on and do great things in the world, right? And knowing that you had a part of that. And so thank you for taking that space to just say to her, thank you for the time that she contributed to All About the Tea in these last 5 months. But there was another allegation that was made, Monica, and we must have you address it. And this was about the mental health. I know that All About the Tea takes mental health very seriously. I mean, it's something that you and I have spoken about numerous times from the time that I have known you. And so it seems as though there may have been a different definition of what Ples understood about your comment with mental health. So can you clear that up for us?
Yes. I stated in my farewell message to Ples, I said, Ples is leaving the panel. I had an announcement to make. I wish her well. She's taking this time to focus on her career and focus on her mental health. I never said Ples had mental health issues. Never once did I say that, not once. People took that, they twisted what I said, and they ran with it to cause all kinds of drama. And from there, everything exploded.
Wow, and I'm so sorry that happened, right? Because we know, with the pandemic, that this is a topic of conversation, right? Our health and our wellness based on all these different things that are happening, especially during this time, is definitely important for us at times to kind of just step back, right? And to just do some self-care. And we have talked about that multiple times. So when I heard that comment, I know that there were perceptions out there of what they thought that meant as it related to mental health issues. And so I'm glad that you were able to speak to that as well. There was another accusation that was made, and I'm just, baffled. It's only been a 5-month period that, Ples had been a part or contributing to this platform, but she felt in some type of way that All About the Tea members and the leader did not want to see her flourish. In fact, she thought that there were some barriers that were being created so that she could not flourish to the best possible Ples for herself. Can you speak to that? Because this doesn't sound like that to me at all. A person who, she's a fan of the All About the Tea, like many of us are. We got teacups out there. It just didn't seem like this was the Monica that when I was hearing this mischaracterization, I was just like, I could talk to Monica. I need to hear what really is going on here. So can you talk about these barriers that she said was kind of presented in her way so that she would not be able to show up or be her best self?
Well, I disagree with that. Let me tell you how I supported her above and beyond, okay? Which I didn't have to do, no one asked me to do. Every night I would ask, Plaz, what's the lipstick color of the day? Now, why did I do that? I took it upon myself to do that for her because I was trying to set up a marketing campaign because I knew if I got the buy-in of the teacups, if I kept saying it over and over every night, the teacups themselves would start asking, Plaz, what is the lip color of the day? And the whole point of me doing that was so when she decided to or she wanted to launch a lipstick line, it would go viral and sell out. So not only was I trying to get her a bag on YouTube, but I was trying to get her a bag on products and merch and marketing. She's so beautiful. Her lips are luscious. And I would say that to her, you know.
All right, let's stop it there. So that she addresses the mental health things and topic. I mean, I can see how Plez could have read what she said. And I mean, especially if you watch the rest of this live, they were trying to discredit Plez the entire time, you know, especially in regards to her being an attorney. Especially Dr. Griffin. Dr. Griffin, we could start questioning you on your doctorate. I didn't like that. Don't play with people's, you know, degrees and livelihood. Even though she can argue that Plez played with her livelihood. But if you watch Plez live or her goodbye video, she was very professional about it. I don't feel like she was nasty. They also, during the live, talk about, I don't want to necessarily skip ahead. Let me see, make sure I didn't take this down. Hold on, y'all. She also, in regards to, and I think this was Wiley. I might be skipping ahead a little bit, y'all. I apologize, but we can. Look, we don't have all night. We have the night, but we don't have all night. She questioned her credibility as an attorney, but so did Wiley, saying, I'd never seen an attorney cry before. Because Plez got very emotional when telling the story on her YouTube channel. Look, I know a lot of attorneys. And when I say a lot, I know and I've seen attorneys cry before. So again, I felt like that was another shot at taking her credibility away as an attorney. Who was she in front of a judge? If my attorney cried in front of the judge, I might look over like, really? But she wasn't in front of a judge. She wasn't in front of her boss. She was in front on her YouTube channel, which it says Scared of Beautiful, addressing things that affected her. If anything, I respect her. But we'll move on. I want to move on because I don't want to be all night playing clips. Look, I don't want to be all night playing clips. Hold on. Let me get here to this other part, y'all. Hold on. Ooh. Let me minimize. See, I can't wait to have a producer. Hold on, y'all. Oh, Lordy. Let's play this.
Or please, I need that. No, nothing. And then to air out these grievances on a live in front of thousands of people when you know what the repercussion would be. She knew, because she even said to me on the phone when she gave her 2-week notice, she goes, Monica, you know the trolls are going to be taking this and twisting it and turning it different ways. And I said, yeah, I know. We're gonna work around an announcement. We are. That's what I said to her. Yeah, you know. I said, even if we put out something good, they're still going to twist it. And she goes, yeah. She brought up the trolls to me. So if you knew the trolls would attack me, why get on your platform and air out these grievances? Like, for instance, she said that I didn't notify the panel before they went live on YouTube. And that's 100% lie. Everyone on that panel knew hours before. At minimum, they knew 2 hours, but sometimes they knew 4 hours before. I have the receipts. I don't have the DMs anymore because I'm not in that group chat because of my IG situation, but I had text messages where I text them links to the show 2 hours ahead of time. So for you to be like, well, we didn't know the topics, we just showed up and the topics were just there, that's a complete lie. You knew the topics ahead of time. Making statements like, I didn't congratulate her when she got monetized. That's a lie. Soon as Ples got monetized, all of us took to the group chat and we said, congratulations. That day she got monetized. Congratulations, Ples. I'm so proud of you. You go, girl. You know, that type of thing. I'm paraphrasing, but it was all congratulations from all of us. Did I pick up the phone to call her? No. Let me tell you, I don't even call my family on Thanksgiving. I sent a group text, Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, me too. I do the same thing. And so I'm just, like I said, when I heard these things, it was just a mischaracterization of the person, that I know, and, the brand that you have built.
Okay, girl. Look, I can't. Like I said, I think I would have respected this interview more if she had gotten someone. Maybe I know she was supposed to do an interview with Toxic Diamond. I probably would have respected this interview more if she had gotten someone like that to conduct the interview. Someone that doesn't seem like they're sucking up to you, like give you the hard questions, challenge you. It's okay if you agree with someone, but it just seemed like this very softball interview. Matter of fact, it shouldn't have been an interview. This is your YouTube channel. Talk to your teacups. Talk to your people. Tell your side of the story. That's all you had to do. I actually thought she might show her face finally. But she justified not showing her face. She said there's another YouTuber that has over 7 million subscribers that doesn't show his face. She doesn't have to show her face. She doesn't have to show her face. And I'm not saying that she should. But as I said to you before, I am not going to be on, first of all, I'm not going to be on a panel. I'm not going to have money exchange. I'm not going to call you mommy. And I've never seen your face. She went as far as to say that she covers up the cameras on her computers. I was like, this is some serious mess. I get being private, trust and believe. I know a lot of y'all think the background here is real. But it's not because I'm trying to be private. It's really because I need to clean up my office. One day, y'all, one day. But with that being said, this interview to me only hurt Monica more. I think if anything, it revealed the manipulation, the toxic work environment, allegedly, that was there. Look, everyone can't be wrong. Everyone can't be wrong. She came out with all kinds of like little jabs in her live. And look, I know Ples had her receipts. I know the bishop had his receipts and different things that they said and jabs that they took at Monica. And all you people out there sending death threats to her, y'all need to stop too. Y'all are worse. Y'all are worse. Those are sending death threats to people you think are Monica. Y'all need to do better. Because I did a separate video talking about that. If we can post that video in the chat for those that missed it in regards to what the CEO of Bojangles had to say in regards to this issue. In the interview that Monica had this week, she also said that she reached out to the CEO of Bojangles, reportedly. So everyone's saying, how does he know? How does he know? How does he know? That is something that I noticed that she said in her live, saying that she had reached out to him. So that would be the way that he would know, I guess. I mean, y'all could dispute that, and I know you will. Either way, as I said to you before, it doesn't matter to me. That part doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me that she doesn't want to show her face. It would have been, I really thought maybe during this live she would. But even if she decided not to show her face in this live interview that she had with Dr. Griffin, I think she could have handled this so much better. Even if she didn't take full-on ownership, even if she didn't apologize, this could have been handled so much better. And then, okay, before I get to the end of this live, hold on, y'all. Let me open my notes. I have notes. Hold on. Let me fast forward just a little bit because she starts to take some digs at the panel. I mean, she took some digs already, but she took more. Let me go back. And for those that were wondering, yes, I did eat. I'm good for now. I do like a dessert every once in a while. But maybe maybe I'll do this. And, and we will be taking phone calls. I really like my avatar. Now I get what she's saying, because you could do all kinds of stuff behind the scenes and no one can see. I could be having a full-on dinner. I could go to the bathroom while people are talking. I mean, I completely understand why, especially as the moderator, why she would want to keep up an avatar while she's talking. So it is what it is. But here I am. All right, we have almost 830 something people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. Thank you to everyone. I didn't get to read the previous super chat. Thank you, Sheila, for this super chat. Wasn't it crazy that you had to join? You had to join to chat. Well, she wanted to limit, trolls. She wanted to limit, because you may recall when everything went down and Ples called in, or that night of, there were a lot of people saying all kinds of things to her in the chat, saying, Monica, you're a liar, Monica, you're a liar, all of that. So that was part of the reason. I don't know if she has that same thing happening tonight. Lulu, thank you so much for the super chat. Lulu says, simple accountability and apology would have done it. Master manipulator. Look, I'm no expert in this area, even though I have a degree in psychology. I'm telling y'all a lot tonight. At least y'all can see my face, and y'all know so much stuff about me already. Anyways. Wrong Road says, I was a troll. You know what? But with that being said, I don't know because a lot of people were saying she's a narcissist. That is a diagnosis. I'm not a doctor to diagnose her as a narcissist, but based on all of the research I've done in regards to all of the cult movies and documentaries I've watched, most recently, The Vow, I watched that a few months ago. Be careful who you follow. And I'm not saying that this specifically about Monica. What I'm saying is, we as a people, yes, we love people. And I love that you guys love me. I'm assuming. But for those that say they love me, but you don't follow me blindly, I can do wrong every once in a while. But Miriam, I carelessly follow you. No, you don't, because you call me out too when you disagree. And that's okay. That's one of the special things about being here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. You have the right to disagree. We went live earlier talking about the Nene situation, and we have people call in that disagreed with me, that disagreed with some of the other people. Look, we have to be able to disagree and be okay with that. I think that's what people are scared of. They're scared of having a disagreement with someone and not being okay with that. Oh, hold on. Wait, Marcella. Oh, Marcella. Thank you so much, Marcella. You always support the channel. Marcella says this. It's a really sad situation. Apologies were needed to the panel and teacups. Thanks for explaining the concept. Thank you, Marcella, for the super chat. So this leads me to the Bishop did a live as well. Look, y'all did a lot of lives. So Debonair did a live. I watched it, y'all. I watched all of it because I wanted to have a full perspective. So Schoolboy ended up calling in on the follow-up live that the Bishop did. And I thought it was worth playing before we continue to play some more of Monica's interview with Dr. Griffin, Pastor Jamal's ex-girlfriend. You can't make this stuff up. Happy Friday, y'all. TGIF. Let me play this little clip for you. Let me just play this little clip for you. Hold on. Let me go to my avatar. All right. I love an avatar. I don't care what no one says. I love an avatar, but you guys have seen my face. You know who I am. Hold on, y'all. Let me just pull this up. I'm going to play a clip for you. If I can find it, here we are.
Yeah, hey, Bishop, we squashed our thing this morning. We put some things together. some things. We figured it out. A lot of things together. And people, I know everybody will still want to drag because y'all still in the drag mode of me. You want to holler about my age and all that. Mm-hmm. Everybody make mistakes no matter what age they are. Yeah. Let's not forget that. At the time, I was drinking the Kool-Aid that everybody else is drinking. But sometimes when you wake up from the narcolepsy and you realize people are not who they say that they are, mm-hmm. and they're not living what they say that they're living, or they're using people, it's wrong. I could not get down with what happened last night, whether she drugged me or not, didn't say anything about me and Marcella or not. It was wrong. Mm-hmm. I was actually watching that live. I was actually told not to watch that live last night.
By who?
While I was on vacation.
By who?
So, who else?
Oh, the Avatar told you not to watch it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So what I did was I snuck in through another login that I have, and I watched. Ooh. And I'm actually disgusted by it. All it simply could have been just said was, you know what, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But see, we gotta let the pride and the ego go and be better and realize that, hey, when we mess up, we make mistakes, we own that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Period. Point like the end. I wish her the best. I'm the words of Mariah Carey. I don't know her, but I wish her well. On her journey of doing what,
mm-hmm.
Whatever it is that she's gonna do, whether she assembles another panel mm-hmm. or not. That's on her. I think we all gotta stop the fighting and the argument at this point. Mm-hmm. Because I just want everybody to win. I never went into this thinking that this is gonna end up being what it has become. It's actually sad.
It is.
It's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even funny anymore. It's just sad.
It's not.
And, I get it. Y'all keep trolling me. You keep dragging me. It is what it is. I'll take my lumps,
mm-hmm.
And keep it pumping. But don't charge it to my heart because people that know me in real life
mm-hmm.
know that that's not me and that's not my character and that's not how I roll. But last night I was thoroughly disappointed and disgusted by what was all the fashion, just all that stuff was terrible. Like I had to literally click off.
Mm-hmm.
I had to.
Right.
So we good.
Yeah, we good.
I apologize to class. Mm-hmm. I apologize to Princess. I have apologized to Sophia Lanier.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody else that I have hurt, I apologize to y'all. I can't keep apologizing no more.
Yeah, you don't have to anymore because you said it. And I respect that because I apologize to you for going a little too hard, but I wanted to say.
All right, we'll stop it right there because there's a lot of apologies. But I'll remind you guys, first of all, we have almost 1,000 people in the chat. Like this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, we are a growing community here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Today's podcast episode, Kempire Radio on all podcast platforms. You can get links at kempireradio.com. Subscribe. Don't forget to rate and review. It's very important for us podcasters. There, you will get a more uncensored version of the hot topics that we talk about. We do talk about this hot topic, of course. So I just want to say that. Let me put my camera back on. Let's take this off and let's get back to this conversation. Thank you to all my mods that are handling everything. Marcella, thank you so much for the super chat. Marcella says this: I am not on the show, but as I said in my statement, I support them all. I try to communicate the best way to verbalize, but she wanted to do it. Thank you so much, Marcella, for the super chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Hope you are well. Not sure what exactly went down with your involvement in it. But as I said to you before, I do believe that we do have, I think there should be, and I should be the producer of Surviving the Avatar. Honestly, I honestly believe that I do think Monica is very good at a lot of things. I think Monica is good at a lot of things. And it seems as if she's very good at assembling a panel and understanding people. And I think I think there was some manipulation. I do think there was some manipulation. And I'm always fascinated, especially because, like I said to you before, I'm not saying that this was a cult. If you watch like The Vow or some other of these cult documentaries, there are certain traits that you can find in the leader of those cults. I am going to post a link for you guys to call in. We have a couple of more things that I want to cover before we have some callers, because I love hearing your opinions. But just a reminder to everyone calling in, keep it short. I don't want to have to get a timer. Keep it short and to the point. I want to be able, and when you hang up, log out of the StreamYard. StreamYard only allows 12 people to be in the studio at a time. I want people to be able to call in and share their thoughts. No matter if you agree, disagree, whatever it may be, just be respectful. If you're not respectful, you'll get kicked off. I hate to be hard like this. It's like I'm being a father or something. Okay, let's get back into this. So in Monica's interview, she also addresses So Debonair. Shout out to So Debonair. And Princess. And she pretty much, you heard the live. She sort of said that So Debonair looked up to her as a mother and blah, 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 and blah. As I said to you before, I do feel like there was a level of manipulation going on here. So Debonair went live and covered this as well and told his side of the story. He says that's not the truth. She's the one who said that she looks to me as a son. And that's where it got really interesting for me, because I'm literally sitting here as if I'm putting together a documentary. Because when you hear Monica's side and you hear So Debonair's side, you're like, huh. And then he played some past footage of shows, and it's like, did she play them? Did she like puppeteer them? Possible. Shell, thank you so much for the super chat. Shell says this, showing love to the channel. I enjoy your commentary on this and your other videos. Keep up the amazing work. Shell, thank you so much for supporting the channel. As I said to you guys before, look, super chats are fantastic. Look, you throw money at me, no, I'm joking. No, but being here, being a part of the conversation, watching the videos, that also supports the channel. Liking this video supports the channel. I appreciate it. If you want to throw money at me, I'm not going to say no. I'm just going to say thank you. Thank you for supporting what we're doing here and our growing channel. We're almost at 17,000 subscribers. Whew. But people think we're new to this. For those that are just joining us, I'm not new to this. Kempire Radio's been around almost 15 years. Interviewed some of your favorite celebrities in music, entertainment. I'm not going to go through the list again. But not new to this. Just decided, like a lot of people did, let me start doing hot topics. Kempire Daily used to be a blog. It used to be a blog along with Kempire Radio. Not new to this. Or as Monica said in her interview, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I always hate that, but I'm not new to this. Just an FYI. Anyways, guys, I'm talking way too much. I like to get to the point. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. If you want an uncensored version of this conversation, subscribe to my podcast, Kempire Radio. Link is in the description, or just go to your favorite podcast platform. There we go. Let's get back into this. As I said to you before, So Debonair and Princess had their own thoughts. They've gone live multiple times. I know y'all. I don't need y'all to tell me. I know. I try to watch as much as that I could. They were hours long. But I watched and I listened while I was doing other things. I try to multitask. Monica also addressed, as I said to you before, she also addressed Princess's live that she did where she said she had saw Monica's arm. And Monica denies that. She says all of my cameras and things are taped up. I'm like, damn, she's serious about keeping her identity like under lock and key. I mean, like I said to you before, I have no problem with her doing that. But Toxic Diamond was supposed to do an interview with Monica. Monica, in her interview, said that she had reached out to her. They were going to do the interview. And Toxic Diamond said, we're ready to go live. And Monica said, no, I agreed to a pre-recorded interview. Toxic Diamond the next day did her own video calling Monica out. Who do I believe? I mean, I could see Toxic Diamond's face. I'm going to believe her. Because I can see her face. I can look into her eyes. She even told us about her criminal past. I was like, okay, Toxic Diamond, you got a new subscriber. Shout out to Toxic Diamond. But I can appreciate that she was going to be a credible, open-minded interviewer. She wasn't going to take a stance. She was just going to have the conversation. And I think that probably would have done a better job for Monica than what she ended up doing on her channel. But she has every right. This is her story to tell. I just wish she would have gotten a different interviewer. The interviewer, let me backtrack. The interviewer at one point, Dr. Griffin, Pastor Holy Whore's ex-girlfriend, at one point says, let me put my Cash App. Should I put my Cash App up? Girl, if Thirsty was a woman, hold on, let me play this for y'all. Let me tell you, back to the avatar. Hold on, let me play this for y'all.
Have been monetized in this way if you didn't set her up for the 3-pointer. So talk to us about that.
Well, let me go back because I just want to readdress to her saying that I didn't support her. When Pleasant's birthday was here, I held a surprise party for her. I gave her all the super chat donations from that night. That was her party, all of them. Wow. I put her Cash App up, and she even called me afterwards and said, Monica, thank you so much for putting my Cash App up. I got a lot of generous donations. She got a lot in the Cash Apps. Then on top of that, out of my own pocket, I gave her as a birthday gift $250. Now, if you don't like somebody or you don't want to support somebody or you're jealous of that person, why do that? And on top of that also, I paid, Pleasant monthly to be on the panel. She was the highest paid. I wouldn't pay her more than everyone else if I didn't value what she brought to the table or valued her as a Black woman or what she did. So, I mean, she's saying I was not supportive or I was jealous, but my actions, which are receipts, speak otherwise.
Wow. Yeah, I'm quite sure. When I heard that, I was saying, well, my Cash App is, should I drop it right now? Because certainly I would love you to send that to my Cash App, what was, paid out to Plus. But again, they were worthy, right? You would not have done those things if they were not worthy of being able to have some type of.
I have to stop it there. I almost completely forgot because I wrote my notes Cash App. And I was like, wait, what did I want to say about the Cash App? It was what Dr. Griffin said. Girl, this is not about you. She's like, all the credibility. Lord, I understand there was like thousands of people watching. But girl, see, and that's just a reflection on Monica. You got this woman interviewing you. I know Monica was probably cringing behind the scenes like, shut up. It is what it is. Hold on, y'all. Let me take care of some behind the scenes stuff. Hold on. I am going to post the link for you guys to call in. We already have over 1,000, almost 1,100 people in the chat. How many likes do we have, mods? Let me look. Let's get to 500, y'all. Before, I'm not going to drop the call-in link to where we're at 500 likes. So like this video if you haven't liked it already. That's what I'm going to start doing. Wait, Rhonda says, Kempire, can you disguise the voice of the live? She may try to report your live. Oh, okay. Good point. Let me not play anymore. Let me not play anymore. But isn't her voice already disguised? All right. Anyways, that was the last thing I had to say anyway. But thank you for that little heads up. Thank you for that heads up, y'all. All right. And either way, you all saw it. Look, you all saw it. All right, I'm going to drop the link for you guys to call in. Wait, hold on one second. When Tox was waiting for All About the Tea to come on, she was telling us, commenter, we only know one side. Then we told Tox to go back and look at all the All About the Tea videos before she made that statement. Well, you know what I can appreciate what she was going to do. She was going to have an interview and hopefully ask the hard questions. Okay. Once we're at 500 likes, I will drop the call in link. I appreciate everyone being here. We're talking about Monica from All About the Tea and the recent interview that she did. So, look, we're breaking it down. We're talking about it. There was also some follow-ups from the Bishop, Schoolboy Q. I was about to say Schoolboy Q. Schoolboy what called in. So the entire panel, even Marcella, no longer a part of the panel. So the All About the Tea panel has imploded. Wait, can we get to 511? That's my birthday. Can we get to 511? One more person like this video. And we're at 511. All right. Let me drop the link. If you're tuned in, as I said to you before, we're talking about the All About the Tea drama. Look, we're not choosing a side. We're just giving you the facts. The facts. We're breaking down Monica's interview and the things that she said. At the end of the interview, Monica brought up Wiley's show from YouTube. And look, everyone has a right to have their opinion, but it seemed as if she used Wiley to say the things that she wanted to say about Ples, about the Bishop, and he said a lot of derogatory things. And it was very uncomfortable to watch, and it was very uncomfortable to rewatch. And I'm not going to play it here because it was that derogatory, and I don't want it to relive that. I don't want to relive that moment. All right? It is what it is. I see we have a few people on the line. I'm going to... Oh, wait. I think I see a familiar face. Hold on. Marcella.
Hi, everybody.
How are you?
I want to tell you, first of all, I respect everybody on the panel. I mean, Ples, Bishop, Schoolboy. I'm going to tell you the reason why they couldn't pull me into it, because I never was on phone calls or chats that they had group. When I came up there, so Debonair is telling the truth. He was part of the panel. And how I got to talking to Monica, because you know that Kyle Paler and I was the Black Socialites. And after Kyle died, she comforted me through calling me, checking on me, doing different things, to help me soothe. So she said, why don't you come on my panel, because, you were on the Black Socialites. And it was comforting to me. But I did not know the players. I mean, I didn't know players. I didn't know anything about them getting paid until later. And then I asked Monica, when we were on that night and they were arguing back and forth, I had asked Ples, why do you feel that way about me? Because I never said anything derogatory to her. And she just said she had a feeling. And I know why she had that feeling after speaking to her the next day. Because I came on as Monica's friend. But, and she didn't know how I was going to take it. And then when I was throwing shade at her, this is not something we did that one time. Me and Ples always throw shade at each other, And so when I seen Ples's video, and I wasn't able to see Schoolboy and Ples video because I had got an emergency. I left, but when I came back, it was at the end of Ples's video, and she was quoting the Queen Code. And then when we got on the panel, Bishop is telling the truth. We did not know, days ahead, what we were going to talk about. We got up there, and then she would give a narrative, and then we would feed off of what she said. But then I did tell Monica before everything happened, maybe you need to change the panel, do something new. She was like, no. She was doing good. And I gave a lot of super chats because I thought that when I gave the super chats, that everybody was getting some of that. I'm just finding out that by talking to them, that the super chats didn't go to the panel. It wasn't like they were giving money at the end of the night. And
Mhm.
people say, I bought my way up there, but I'm going to explain to you, anybody's page I go to, anybody I support, I give my money because that's my way of showing love and appreciation. During this COVID-19, I have lost 7 family members due to COVID.
I'm
And
sorry
this
to
have come, and this, being on has comforted me. But I'm not mean spirited. I'm not playing on the fence. I have talked to Monica and I told her, you need to just apologize. No, she took it a different direction. When I saw
a
that
lot.
preacher lady up there, this was the same preacher lady we were bashing one
Mm.
night on the thing. So it really shocked me. I couldn't even watch it all. Bishop told the truth. I left because, people were telling me I was a drunk and I bought my way onto the show, and all of that didn't bother me. What bothered me was that Pliz was bothered. I felt her emotion through that because she was trying to explain what was going on. That should have never been on a live. That should have been between Monica and Pliz only. I
Mhm.
don't know why Schoolboy injected herself, but I think it's because she loved Monica. And I never call Monica mother because I'm older than all of them. I'm 55 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I I don't buy my way on anybody page. I do hang out with some of the housewives. You know what I'm saying? And like
Well, the
me,
question, Marcella, Miss Marcella, I hate to interrupt you. I want to ask you this question. Thank you, B, for the super chat. She says, Marcella, did you quit the panel as well?
I left before Schoolboy. Me and Bishop was on the phone, and I told him I already told Monica that she should get somebody else. I promise y'all, I have a Speak with Your Girl Marcella YouTube. If you go over there and look, I don't go up there. And I told her once the world opened, me and my husband travel a lot. I would be gone. Me and Bishop was going to talk to Monica and tell her, the night before Bishop came on, he did text Monica and said, I wanted to talk to you. And we
Mhm.
were going to give her a chance to find people, but it imploded, and
Yeah.
I just,
Marcella, I want to ask you though. You saw what she said, that she's been in contact with you. She didn't indicate that you left the panel as well.
but she know I left the panel. I mean, how
So
would
she
it look?
lied.
Yes, Kim, how would it look if everybody left you? It would look bad. And she
Yeah.
said Schoolboy and I left the panel. We didn't leave the panel, but y'all heard Schoolboy's videos that she left. She left, and to say that, I think that's another part of manipulation to like turn these people against me or in Schoolboy. But see, that didn't work because I gave an 8-minute statement and I haven't spoken to any other blogger or vlogger about this but you, because you're the only one that's not joking about it. You're saying what has actually happened. And like I said, I don't know all the pieces, but Princess and Debonair were supporters of her and she had them on and she liked them until some behind the scenes stuff happened that I know about, and that it
Wow.
was somebody else's personal life. So I would never tell y'all what it was, but after that, she still had Princess on. If y'all go back and look, she still would let Princess come on and talk for 5 or 10 minutes. I just don't like that you can hurt somebody and just keep moving. These people on your panel trusted you. And like I said, the money thing, I never got paid. And she donated money to my charity. And that was this month, June, that she
Yeah.
donated money to my charity.
Have you been in contact with Monica since her live?
No, I haven't. I have not. Usually every morning we text each other, hey, how you doing? I didn't get one. What I did was going to wait and see if she contacted me. And when she didn't, and when I would not say that I was still on her panel, I think that might have put a wedge. But you know, she came on live tonight, and I went on that live. And as soon as I heard Dr. Griffin's voice, I was like, this lady just made through mud on the graves again. You know,
Yeah.
and you know, I don't understand why she just doesn't come out and just, she don't have to fill in all the details. She could say it was an understanding between me and players.
Yeah.
And, you know, and Schoolboy apologized. And y'all, I believe it was sincere, not because she was losing followers. I believe that when she realized that she didn't know everything, you know,
Yeah.
she was being told. And we don't talk to each other outside of you know, blogging. Like, I didn't call Bishop every day. I just went on Pleasant's page and supported her when she came on. Scared or Beautiful, I liked her commentary. All of us
Yeah.
had a different way. Mine's was raunchy and crazy, you know, but when you get somebody talking about your personal life, this is my voice. This has nothing to do with me smoking. My grandmother talks like this. My mother talks like this. Me drinking, I have Hennessy, but I don't drink, you know, consecutively. But those things didn't bother me. It was my integrity that somebody felt that I didn't like them because of what somebody said. I'm way beyond that. I'm 55.
Have you been in contact with the other panelists since you decided
Oh,
not to
yes.
come back?
Yes.
And
I've been in, no. So
Who?
Debonair, he stated that he called me and he apologized because after he heard Bishop's thing, and Bishop let everybody know that I didn't have anything to do with it. But since I'm sitting there, since I'm sitting there, people are going to assume that I'm knee deep in this. And
Yeah.
so, no, I'm not going to get on lives and be fussing back and forth with people, you know,
Yeah.
saying I wasn't involved. Bishop gave his statement, and I gave an 8-minute statement where I said, I love all of them, and they need to just come together. They need to heal behind this, and they can't heal fully until Monica comes and tell the truth without anybody commentating for her, just
Yeah.
her. You can't jump back into this and think that people are going to believe you because it's too many stories. It's too many interviews.
Marcel, I want to, and you're right, because I had to watch all of them and long ones. But you know, like you said, a lot of people have been coming at you. We've seen it here when you've been here on the chat before, and I'm sure it's going on now. Shout out to my moderators. But is there anything from the interview that Monica did this past week that you need to clear up?
No, that I am not on All About the Tea. That's the only thing she said about me. Because see, she can't really say I did this and I did that because Bishop done told you I was never on phone calls. You know, I actually do a lot for the community during the day, so I'm busy. At night when they get on, it's 8:30 over there. It's 9:30 East Coast time. So I'm sitting down at 9:30. That's after I fed my family and did everything. And like I said, I am born, bred in New York City. You can't get under my skin calling me a drunk when I know I'm not one. You can't get under my skin talking about my voice. That don't bother me. The fact is that Ples felt I hurt her, and that's the only thing bothered me is my integrity. And
Have you
like
guys
I
made
said,
peace? Have you and
yes,
Ples made peace?
you know what I did when I started talking to players on that live? When Monica interjected, when players wanted to talk back to me, she interjected and said, I'm shaking right now. Players, because I had said, I never did anything to you. I support you. I love you, meaning I love her commentation on her page. Monica would not let her, but I did announce I never got paid. I never asked for pay. We never talked about pay. You know, I don't need to be paid. So, like I said,
Marcella, what is next for you? Because as you said, it's time for healing to happen. It's time to move on. What is next for you?
I still be on my Facebook page. I'm going to, when I have time, get on my Speak with Your Girl Marcella. I'm going to support you and DJ Richie Sky and everybody I want to, I'm going to continue to give my damn money to whomever I want to, because I can. And anybody say I'm trying to buy myself on your page. That's why when you told me about an interview, Miriam talked to me. I said, I don't want people to bash you, or, you know, there's people who don't like me because they don't. But guess what? What killed me is that people, like the people got more invested in this than the people on the panel. Once everybody started talking, we started putting pieces together. And see, I wasn't included in that. So everybody has gone on, whoever has become live. I have been on their page and I have supported them. Ples was on last night and she looked good, relaxed, and restrained. Bishop, he's been on a couple of times. We just said we're not going to talk about it no more. But if I talk about it with anybody, I'm going to talk about it with somebody with some sense. I'm not going to go up there with Wiley. I saw an interview with Wiley that he just made an ass out of everybody, including Monica. Somebody got to be the leader and say, if we're going to do an interview, we're going to go to somebody like you or DJ Richie, or somebody that got some sense, is not going to just sit here and criticize you. But I know, and Bishop told everybody loud and clear, Marcella was not included in those things. And when Monica said last night, So Debonair was not a panelist, that's a lie. When I got up there, So Debonair was coming on every night. When I got up there, Princess was coming on regularly. So you know, you can say they weren't a panel because you may not been paying them. But everybody's is people gonna believe what Monica's saying out her mouth or your own damn eyeballs? You understand what I'm saying? Y'all saw So Debonair up there. Y'all saw, and do you know that So Debonair thought I cut him off? But then let me explain to you the night that So Debonair was praising Ples. I called So Debonair the next day. I said, So Debonair, we are a team. And you really made me feel like you downgraded me. I didn't say us. I said me. And he told me why. He was telling Ples that, you know, because she's an attorney and all of that. And then we got off the phone. We both said, we love you. I said, I respect you for your answer. He told me, listen, I didn't mean to hurt you if I did. And boom, it was over. I cannot call people all day long. I do things. I'm not working. I'm retired. But I retired at 40 years old. But I'm telling you that we were fine. And I can understand when I didn't correspond with him anymore, he felt that maybe, you know, I had something against him, but it wasn't, because I talk about the celebrities like dirt, but to me, Kim is fun shade. I don't give a fuck about nobody disliking me. But the fact is that if I hurt somebody, just like they did that Apple Watch thing, I was not there. The night the night we had that surprise guest, that was Lily. And I was like, oh my God. Like I said, some of the things we talked about, we didn't know about it, Kim. It wasn't like she told us 24 hours where we could do research. We would get up there, she'll give her narrative. And by that time, what you done told me, I got to add on to that. But then
she said in her interview that she would send the, you know, information 2 to 4 hours beforehand. Is that true?
Oh, that was true. But how did you go up and do a 3-hour blog and we only got 2 or 3 hours? And Bishop worked, Ples is, you know, working, and sometimes Ples would come late because she was getting off of work. And so you had not given us time to research and say something. And then, you know, everybody can tell you sometime when I would kick out the facts that I knew and could prove and say, Google it, she didn't want me to say that. She would cut over me. So, you know, it's her page. So, you know, but when I joked Sakana, one day I was on vacation and Shakana called her, and they called me on vacation. And Shakana had, said I was too old to be talking to her the way she was, I was talking about her. And I apologized to her. And you know what she did? She put my picture up on her thing. But what I did was contact an attorney to have her take it down, because I'm not a public figure.
No.
I don't care if I'm on this blog. And you know what? No problem. She took it down. It was no problem. She took it down.
Marcella, I hope that after this live, you will go back and watch it, because you are receiving a lot of love. So, I think after everything that has transpired over the last week or so, you need to see that, and you need to feel that.
Well, like I said, I appreciate it, but like I said, my guilt was hurting her feeling like that.
Yeah.
Because I am a person who share what I have. I share my love. And like I said, when people saying I'm trying to buy myself onto your page, I was even scared to give you a super chat, but I just want to show my love. And if I got $3,000 to give for a week, I got it, but I don't boast about it. I don't boast. I just show that I appreciate y'all. And during this pandemic, me losing my family members, y'all brought joy to me when I was sad. And like I said, how I got on Monica's page, it was because of Kyle. She showed me that compassion through the phone. And the answer to everybody's question, no, I have never seen her.
You knew that was coming. So, I'm gonna, and this is gonna be the last question, because we have a lot of people that want to call in. No. I appreciate this, because a lot of people wanted to hear from you, including myself. One of the things I've been saying, how do you work and have a friendship with someone that you've never seen their face?
I told you, she soothed me through losing Kyle. Like, a lot of people don't know what I did for Kyle, and I'm not talking about financially. When he was down, and like I said, Kyle left a message to us about him dying days before he died. And I was there for him. And, and I took him on like a family member, and when he died, she got my number from a housewife, and she called me. And then, Monica did a memorial service on her page for Kyle. So I said, oh my God, she did that. That made me warm up to her. And so at that point, I didn't care what she looked like. Even this year, me and the housewives, we went to dinner to celebrate Kyle's life. And she still, sent flowers and did stuff. So that's how she got me. She got me by me showing that compassion. But I started that night that her and Players got into it. I saw a different woman, and I talked to her and said, maybe you need to just talk. No, I don't feel like I need to apologize.
One other question that I have for you in regards to this whole situation, because like I said, I want to take there's a lot of people backstage that want to share their thought. No, don't be sorry. Like I said, I wanted to have this conversation because that is interesting. Do you think, based on everything that you've heard from everyone on the panel, do you feel that she manipulated everyone?
At one, Players and Bishop, they didn't have anything romantic. They would joke for the audience, right? And I heard her on another show say that they had some romantic involvement. So it was like, to me, she was really, Bishop will tell you if you ask him, before she went live to bash Players, Bishop and Schoolboy would tell you, I told her, please don't do that. Just let it go, please. Because I was afraid what was going to happen. And then my face is there. And then I was so stunned, I couldn't even check out like Bishop did. I was like stunned that you screaming like that, and we're live. 5,000 people are seeing you act out like that towards a person that don't even have that. Players don't have that manipulating, getting back at you personality. She's a sensible, smart, intelligent woman. Remember, if she was paying players more, she should have been paying them more because of the degrees of the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And then you throw up, I gave her super chats for her birthday. Who cares about that when what you displayed was like hate? And I didn't want to be a part of that. And I didn't just duck out. I tried to talk to people behind the scenes. That's what I tried to do, make peace.
One last question. During Monica's live, she said that she's received, warm words and support from Monique Samuels. You're good friends with Monique, correct?
Yes, I am.
Is that true?
Monique did a post on her Instagram, and you can go and see. Monique supported each and every individual. She expressed that she was sad about the situation, but she supports players. When players left, Monique sent her a text to say, I'm sorry that you're leaving. Good luck with all your endeavors. She did the same with everybody. Do you understand? So, like when Monica going through this, I tried to show, okay, I'm not going to run away from you, but I'm going to say when you're wrong. And it seemed like she imploded on me. And then what is it else to say? This is not your platform. But she's letting me know it's not my platform. But I said, all you have to do is apologize. I didn't know that she was going to have violated clown and the ex-mistress of the pastor. And she a pastor. And if you want to go biblically, she's a fornicator and an adulterer, whatever you call it. I mean, she should have dug up Mother Teresa to do her interview because that lady didn't help her. And they're up there again tonight. Soon I clicked on to support her tonight, press and hit the like button. That lady began to speak. I logged right off because I said, this is crazy.
Yeah. Marcella, I appreciate you calling in and telling your side of the things. Marcella, definitely take a look back at the live so you can see all the love and the comments that people were sending your way. There's a lot of support out there for you. I'm sorry you had to go through all this drama, but I'm glad you chose us to tell your side of the story.
Thank you. I'll be in the audience.
Thanks, Marcella. All right. Marcella called in, y'all. Let's take some people that I'm about to bring up. I'm not gonna rush you. I'm not gonna rush you, but share your thoughts. But we also have a lot of people that want to call in and share their thoughts. I want to be able to give people an opportunity. So once you've shared your thoughts, log out so people can call in. Okay. First of all, we have over 1,700 people in the chat. That was Marcella, former panelist of All About the Tea, spreading some tea. I'm so glad. I did not expect that conversation. We'll just amazing night. I love doing lives because you just never know what's going to happen. As I said to you before, if you're not subscribed to the channel, this is what you're getting. Daily and consistent hot topics. Don't forget, a new episode of my podcast, Kempire Radio, is now available on all podcast platforms. Subscribe, and don't forget to rate and review. Nia, I'm going to bring you up. I want to hear your thoughts. Nia told me she was going to be back, and she is back.
Hey, Nia. So I just want to tell Marcella, thank you for coming up and telling your side. I think everybody needs to tell your side, and this shows your loving self. I always thought that you were loving, but this even showed you more of a person of who you are, that you didn't go out and start bashing, that you just came and showed love. That is wonderful, and we need more people to do that. I would say I did watch that live because I wanted to see what Monica would say. I was very intrigued, and they started off with a Bible verse. When a warning that somebody says is, you could tell a person if you go on their Instagram page they put a child of God or God first or whatever. And when she started off with the Bible verse, I said, this is going to be something else. Anytime somebody try to use God, they try to use God to cover up their faults to make them look holier than thou. That interview was terrible. You put out Plez's full name. You put out that she wasn't a lawyer and that she worked at a group home. That right there is not nice. And even if she was a lawyer and she had to take time off from her job to get another job, it is COVID.
Yeah.
Why would you tell people that? You understand what I'm saying? But you're worried that you're getting death threats, but you're putting out her full name because now people can actually look up her name. And you know how easy it is for people nowadays to find people, especially since she's been so open that she is from Mississippi, and you know she has her law degree in Louisiana and stuff like that. Like, come on, people
are crazy. You can say it.
You know what I'm saying? And in this day and time, you don't want to play with that. I want everybody to notice how everybody on that panel, even with everything happening, can come back together and speak to each other. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody can speak to each other, but not Monica. That just shows you all you need to see. Everybody can. I was disgusted by it. I would say the most thing I was disgusted by was Wiley. When he made that comment about Bishop wanting to be with Plez for sex, I don't think he got that out of nowhere. I think that was given to him by Monica. The way he came on there, somebody put a battery in his back. You don't just say those things. He said things like he knew them personally. And who he get this from? And it's funny because she didn't let anybody else call in. She just had him call in, and that Tanya lady. We don't even know her. And then the lady is dumb as bricks. You got a PhD, but you mean to tell me you couldn't get off of Plez Live that she hurt her feelings. And yes, she still should be compensated for something. They grew your platform, to be honest. Because I would have stopped watching a long time ago if it was just the avatar. So all I want to tell you is thank you for bringing me on here. I love your journalism. Thank you, Marcella, for telling your side. We love it. All the other panelists, thank you. I also wanted to comment on Solden Manera. I've been watching his interviews. Yes, you did not call Monica your mama. And thank you for showing us the evidence, even though she struck your videos down.
Thank you so much for calling in, Nia.
Bye.
All right. Lisa, I'm going to bring you up.
Hey, darling.
Hey.
Hi, darling. Yes, good evening to everybody. I'm going to tell you something. I used to be a fan of the T, until they really started going in on Candace, especially when they fight. And now he just said cut them off.
I need you to turn the TV off in the background, though.
Oh, my fault. Let me turn on my truck. Oh my God, I can't find my truck. Just said, there you go. Let me put on me. My fault.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Push the wrong button. Yes. I mean, the last time I watched it, it was seeming like it was like she was talking about herself. And the woman, didn't I just see you saying like this Jamal ex-girlfriend? That's what Monique got all the information from. That's what the banner store was coming from. Because I've been told you I don't like the banner store. We have several seats now. I don't got the tea now, honey. I figure out how all this information got through. It got through Marcella, got through Monica, and it got to the teacups. Yeah, all y'all a bunch of mess. That's what I say. I don't care. Y'all talking to us, but you see my face. We see both our faces. I am pretty as a dime. You as handsome as a dime. Okay, we want to see some faces. I can't deal no laptop. They ain't none of me, baby. I deal with you.
What you mean?
No, don't put that up there. I want to see your handsome face, baby doll. I want to see your handsome face.
Lisa,
I may be a big girl.
No, you're still beautiful. You are still. I know. That's what I'm talking about. No matter what.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I may be I'm a beautiful big girl. You're gonna see my big beautiful face, okay?
Yes.
All of it. It's just wrong. It's all of it just wrong. It's messy all the way around. If you was in that thing and you knew what was going on and you seen Perez crying, oh my God, it touched me. It touched my heart because it seemed like she was invested. We invest like people like you. I'm really investing now because I got my own channel, and I praise people who give me praise, like you, Adam, Cheryl, and everybody else who give me so much praise. I praise y'all back on my channel, okay? And it just seems like, why would y'all be a part of something like that? Why would you be a part of something like that? If it's and then like you said, it's okay to agree and disagree. But when you start making them hateful comments and stuff, something's not right.
Yeah. Lisa,
and I agree with Marcella. I agree with some of that stuff she says. I agree with some of it, but I don't see her be mean spirit on her too, though.
Well, and we appreciate your feedback, Lisa. Like I said, there are a lot of people backstage.
I'm let you down here, do your thing, baby.
Thank you so much.
Have a good weekend.
You too. All right, I'm gonna bring up a couple of people I know that can talk well together. Ladies,
hello.
How are you?
Wow.
Is Jamal coming?
Is Jamal coming? That is all I could ask myself seeing that woman. And I tried to watch just to be like, I know what's happening, but I couldn't because I was like, is she going to bring Jamal to do a cameo here right now? That would be like something. It was comical, but then again, this is like, I feel vindicated for Marcella coming here tonight. I've been telling her this is a safe place you can come.
Thank you.
And I took a lot of slack the day that I was relaying her message, but I'm okay with that. You know why? Because I don't like to kick people when they're down. And I really felt that Marcella was hurt. But moreover, I knew out of my personal experience that that woman manipulated all of them to bring that character. I became a teacup watcher when the Monique thing happened. I was really outraged, and it was like a family member, like the attack. I can't explain. I hate seeing injustice play, and I was disappointed with Andy Cohen. I stayed 1 month without watching Bravo. That was the hardest month of my life. No, I'm telling you, because Bravo took me through some hard times in my life. That's my escape TV. And I don't want to see injustice that everybody feels be displayed there. I felt dirty just by watching that. Anyhow, when I started calling in, Monica would always take my call. And when I wouldn't call because it's a topic or a show that I don't watch, I'm not going to call. But if she sees me in the comments, she would say, Miriam, I see you. Like, she knew my name. And it made me feel special. And this is how the grooming starts.
Oh.
People need to understand that. At first, no, I was like, wow, like she remembers my name, you know? And because she has so many subscribers. But, and then there was that, the day that she started monetizing even the membership, like when she introduced the membership. I was like, because it's like Marcella said, in a sad time, I was getting joy and finding a platform that I can, I love talking reality TV, right? So when she said, oh, now the button is up for everybody to subscribe with the paid monthly. And then I told Monica, I said, Monica, it's not on cell phone. So I was telling her, she goes, are you serious? I said, yes, because I tried. And I still have that, but the logo All About the Tea is gone because I think her Instagram page was disabled, but I still have the texts. And then the DMs. And then she goes and then she tried to fix, and then she would, it was a Saturday. And she goes, try again. And then I said, well, I'm doing groceries. When I come back home, I will try. And same thing. Then she explained in her channel that, guys, we have to fix the mobile app so that you can. So she was all about the Benjamins, really. Her all about the teas, all about the Benjamins. And then, I found that's not fair because she gets money just by viewership. And I'm sure whenever you want to watch a recap, she gets money. And I always thought, just like Marcella did, that everybody gets it's like the tips of a restaurant. They split the tips when people give money. So... And then I started being turned off. Okay, you're going to say Team Twirl. When they were going down on Kenya, You know, this is the thing. I don't like when people shame women for being alone or for not being in a relationship. I feel like that's not the fault of the woman. It's bad luck. It's men being bad. Like that. Don't, because I take that personally. I'm alone, not because I have a flaw, because I don't want to be with someone that's not good to me. So this is when I start, and they would go on Plaz because of that. Like Plaz, she is a Team Twirl too. Anyhow, with Marcella, I disagree 90% of the time on opinions. On opinions.
I have to read this. I have to read the super chat because this made me laugh. Queen, thank you so much for always supporting the channel and being funny at the same time. Well, this is my escape TV. Don't let us down, Kempire. Else, I'm coming. Wait, I'm calling everyone's. Oh wait, I'm calling everyone from Simon's Village in Nigeria. Anyway, hey mom, aka Miriam.
Yeah, my face, you know. And listen, it's like it's very cultish. Even people, the way they would, you know, the death threats, this and that, like it's too much. But then again, we have to understand, like, just like I found that as my escape, some people did that even to more to heart. Like, it's all about how much free time you have, and then you get sucked into something and you believe in it. It's just like catfish. Like, how many people fall in love with people that they didn't see? So this is the syndrome. She's very good at that. She knows how to manipulate people, how to come close to them when they're down. Like, AKA when Marcella lost her friend, rest in peace, Kyle, who I didn't know. And this is how I met Marcella. I met RJ through Adam, and RJ is a wonderful person. And this is how I got to know Marcella online. We never been in the same place. You know, we don't know each other. What I know is what I see. I can disagree with her with opinions, but then again, I can also observe that they were all manipulated. Like Monica wanted Marcella. Marcella was encouraged. Yeah, come, drink, and just have fun. And she was doing that, and that was rubbing off people the wrong way. You know, not everybody will like everybody, but then again, and then she got that stigma that she's always drunk, See, it's like how they paint housewives. Monica, she's not new in this. She's a master in that. She's learning from TV, and she did that to her panelists. And just one thing about Monica, I hate when she said, I made you. I was promoting her lipstick. No, it were the teacups, including me. I would always ask, Plaz, what's the color of lipstick? So she picked up on that. She picks up on that, and then she now is portraying that she made them. Monica needs to come to terms with the fact that the secret sauce were mainly, I will say, although I don't agree with him all the time, Bishop Plaz. I always, when I would watch, I would learn something new from Plaz. And I can say 99% of the time, I was always agreeing with Plaz in my head. Yeah. So for her to say I paid her more than everybody, $300 a month, are you serious? Like, this is a slavery. If they had put time into their
Miriam, I'd just like for you to look at Janice. She's waiting there patiently.
I know, I love Janice. I love Janice and all the Luan necklaces that she wears.
Janice, what are your thoughts on this hot topic?
All right. So for the regulars in the chat, you all know that I'm a moderator for Kempire Live's channel, and I love being a moderator for you, Kempire. So thank you so much. Thank you very much for Marcella for coming on and being able to feel confident enough to speak your truth, because you don't get that on that many channels. All righty. We've gotten that out of the way. This whole subject this whole week has driven me crazy. I saw the Avatar on the night when they announced that Plez had left. Okay. And so I was rather upset about that. And then everybody watched the same interview, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't need to talk about the side chick doing the interviewing and all that other fun stuff. Then when I watched the Fallon interview, I made some comments out there, so proud of you. It was a great interview. This morning I wake up and I have a like from the Avatar on the comments that I made during that. I know.
Which Avatar?
The Avatar.
Oh, God.
She said the Avatar, not this Avatar.
No, not that Avatar. No.
This Avatar is cute.
Wait, I'm sorry, Jen, to interrupt you.
Right.
In regards to this question, in regards to Monica said that YouTube takes 46% of the super chat. Honestly, I haven't looked into it. Look, when it comes to money and things like that,
It's lying. I don't think so.
I don't worry. I don't worry about it. I don't get that deep. I mean, I probably should be a little bit more worried because my channel is monetized.
Yeah.
And not because of someone else. Well, it's because of you guys, the subscribers. But you get what I'm saying. But yeah, so I'm not too sure, but I have to look into that. I will get back to you guys.
I got a like from the Avatar on my comment.
Scary.
I know, it's crazy, right? I wake up this morning, got up at 6:15 like I always do, look through my messages before I start my day, and there's a like from my comment from the Avatar. And I'm like, okay, what game is she playing now? I watched that show for the panel, not for her, because the panel would have interesting points of views on different subjects. Did I watch every night? No, because a lot of the people that they talked about, I don't know. I don't watch them on whatever show they're on or anything like that. But for the people that I did know and that kind of stuff, I would watch. And I always knew there would be some sort of interesting comment that would come out of it. When it all started with the side chick giving Pleza's full name, the state that she worked in, I wanted to throw up right then and there. But being one of your moderators, I knew that I had to stay with the conversation, gather all the facts that I could, just so that we could have an intelligent conversation about it. And I appreciate the fact that we are having a very intelligent and respectful conversation about it. So chat, while I'm on here, make sure that you stay respectful, okay?
Yes. I meant to click the answer to the question and that came up, but that was funny. And look, I'm trying to get to the answer here. Gemini girl, thank you so much. It's 30% of the super chat. I saw a couple people say that, so it's 30% of the super. Damn, Google. I'm sorry.
So it's crazy. You just have to. If you're going to follow someone on YouTube, you need to do your own research to see, is it somebody that you want to watch? If you're watching for the kicks and the giggles and everything like that and go, heck no, I don't think like that, that's fine. But to become a follower, and I mean, that night when the Avatar was doing this supposed interview, and several of us have talked about it in the chat before you came on, Kempire, they were deleting super chats because they were going against the Avatar. They had questions for the Avatar, and they thought that if they did a super chat that they would get recognized. They didn't. There were people in that chat that were saying they were going to dump their subscription. And as soon as they said that in the super chat, it got deleted. And I'm watching all this. Of course, I've got my moderator hat on, right? And I'm watching all of this, and I'm like, holy cats, you don't want to, if people are willing to contribute money to your channel, you don't want to do that kind of stuff. You don't want to delete. I understand a lot of them were disrespectful, and they were using very colorful language, and they shouldn't have been talking like that because they had a better way of expressing themselves. And all of a sudden, because it was only members only on that chat, it was only members only the night that she announced that Plez wasn't coming back because she wanted to take care of her mental health.
Yeah.
And yes, she did say those words. What, she can deny it all she wants, but she did say those words, and there were 8,000 people in the room when she said those words on that chat. So there you go. But to sit there and to delete things out just because it goes against you is not right.
She was deleting even in the fake interview, which was a monologue. It was
well, and that's what I was watching, Miriam. And that's the last thing that I've watched on her channel was that interview. I didn't watch Beverly Hills that night. I spent the 2 hours watching her. I don't know why.
Me too. Damn it.
I don't know why I did, but I ended up watching Beverly Hills the next day, so that was fine. But
I couldn't.
I know, but she was being very disrespectful. Her moderators, they must have all been given their marching orders. You're going to delete everything that's negative. And I didn't appreciate that because you would see the comment come up and I'd go, ooh, that's interesting. And then all of a sudden, wham, it's gone.
Gone. Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. I appreciate that tea. Both of you came through with the tea.
Of course.
All right. Let me, there's a lot of people backstage that I want to get to. I appreciate both of you calling in as always and supporting the channel.
Before we wait.
Yes. And chat, I'm coming back to moderate you. So.
Oh, Janice is coming. Miriam, you can stay on the line if you want to. I'll bring you up after everyone else. Guys, we have almost 2,000 people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. Of course, here on the channel, we cover all hot topics in music, entertainment, and reality TV. And sometimes these YouTube streets, as I said to you before, the reason why we decided to report on the story because Dr. Wendy Asefo decided to throw herself into it. She slithered on in. She slithered on in. And we had to cover it. Marcella, former panel of the All About the Tea, called in and we had a really good conversation. If you missed it, be sure to check out the live afterwards. More than likely, I'll probably cut it up and well, not cut it up, cut it out and bring just that interview tomorrow. Can I sleep in? Can I just sleep tonight after this live? All right, guys. First of all, shout out to my moderators. Thank you all so far for the super chats. Let me take a couple of callers. Hold on. Delcenia?
Delcenia.
Delcenia.
Yes.
How are you? Everyone always loves the diffuser in the back.
Thank you. I mean, you know what? I was a former Teacup member, so that's why I got my diffuser going. In fact, I got two going double time, and I have one in each room. Okay. I wanted to start by thanking Marcella, New York homie, for coming on and speaking her truth. Because I'm gonna tell you what, when all of this stuff was going down, I was so conflicted with everything, and I noticed that some of the shows that were coming, I was the fool staying up 2 and 3 and 5 hours, and then sometimes we had after dark shows, and that was just my life in COVID, working from home. So it was really amazing to me, when certain lives would come on and they would go into certain things, and it was just getting, I felt a certain kind of way with some things. And some nights I would be like, I'm just going to turn it off for tonight. I'm not going to hang out. And I've been here for an hour, and it was getting catty. I even watched the comments for some of the shows I didn't even watch. I just came there for the commentary. But I did see a little shift in what was going on and how things were going in. And it made me feel a certain kind of way. And I thought it was just me. So, there was when I felt like that, I would just tune out and then I would tune back in. But that live, when that whole thing went down, I was there for it. I know what Monica said, and she did say those words. Yes, she did.
I was there too.
Yeah, it was a mess. And I was shocked. And it just confirmed everything. You know how you know something's kind of bad for you, and you kind of excuse your way into it, and then finally the shoe drops right in front of you, the hammer's there, the gun, you saw the gun shoot, you can't deny it. So it was just like, oh my God, okay, so what am I gonna do now? And that was how I was. And the confirmation was, I knew that I couldn't support this anymore because I watched this with my own. I couldn't lie to myself anymore. But, in all honesty, I waited a day or two. I stayed away, and I said, I wanna really take this in and see if I could see a light at the end of the tunnel. And when I started watching everybody else's lives and all that stuff, and like I said, I supported all of them. And I watched Pledge Channel when I saw that she was going to leave. I was saddened by it, but I had already been supporting her anyway. And then the next day, when Monica did the announcement that Ples was going to leave, she did say those words about her mental health. And I was just like, oh my God, me like a dummy, tuned in the very next day without Ples. And I was just like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't do this. I said, I'm going to have to unsubscribe, which I did. I unsubscribed. And I said, I can't support this. So of course now all these other videos are coming out and I'm watching everybody, do their thing. And of course, because my membership doesn't end until a certain date at the end of this month, I was able to go in and see Jamal's side chick. And I'm like, seriously? Okay, we're doing this. Okay. And I was so upset because I was crossed between, is she going to show her face or is she going to start with an apology? I would have been fine with either one or both. I don't know if I would have still been a subscriber, but I needed to hear that. I needed to soothe my soul because my diffusers are running double time, trying to keep me reeled in. And when that whole thing happened, I was like, oh my gosh. And of course, the doxing within the first 5 minutes, you were there. I don't need to recap that. But it was just really, really, really silly. And that just confirmed it for me. I couldn't support it anymore. I just couldn't do it anymore. But I thank you guys, as a former teacup, I've been, I get it. Yeah.
We're gonna have to.
We got egg on our face. I get it.
We're gonna have to start a support group. I think I'm gonna have to call. Yeah. I'm gonna have to change the name of this to "Surviving the Avatar."
I think you will, and I love when you said that because that was a running joke, with the teacups and everybody else. Because well, if you were there, you saw the moderators and the teacups and all of that stuff. You saw what everybody was saying. So even the people that support, we paid money. Okay, we invested in this, and yes, Marcella was a grateful giver, and she was, I immediately. Aligned with her because she was in New York and we're both the same age. Yeah. So, I just aligned with her with that. There were certain comments that were, kind of off the cuff, but that's in New York. For me, it rolled off my back. I got why it offended some other ears and everything and some other people. But all in all, without knowing what was going on in the background, I thought it was going well until I felt a certain kind of way with certain clickbait. Let's just call it clickbait shows. That's what it was. I was a member. I can say that. Not allegedly. I was there. I paid for that. Okay, so give me that. Yeah. So that's just how I felt about the whole thing. But I thank y'all for letting me come on the channel. Of course, I'm here with Kemp. Diana, I love you. I always call out that much. She's so sweet. All your mods are sweet, but Diana's special place in my heart. And of course, not paid by Monique, my Miss Miriam. I loved her. I always used to see Miriam calling on a panel too when we were doing the daytime panel. So I agree with everything that Miriam said. The only thing is she's a Kenya fan. I'm not so much a Kenya. I don't hate Kenya. But I still love me some Miriam. She's the bomb. Keep her around. Talk. Us long-winded New Yorkers, we could take that. I love Miriam when she comes on. The whole show, Miriam. You got this.
All I have to say is when I have a daytime talk show, y'all can't talk this long. We got commercials.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna have to keep my YouTube show going.
Yes, you do. Okay. Good night, everybody. Love you all, and I'll be here.
Welcome to the family. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Ogo, I'm gonna bring you up. Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
Fantastic. I'm so happy to be on. I'm excited.
Well, I'm excited that you're excited. What are your thoughts on this hot topic?
Oh my God. The Avatar is just insane. I just think she needs to apologize and just call it a day. All this drama is so unnecessary. Her pride is way too much. She needs to take a slice of humble pie and fall on her sword and say, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I took advantage of my people and I won't do it again. Story finished. Everyone will be subscribing to her channel. Everyone will mind their business and all will be good in the internet world. I just feel so sad for every party involved. Yeah. But again, karma is a bitch. She's also getting her karma because she's really messy. She has done a lot of dirt. She has hurt a lot of people. And there's no maturity or integrity in her work. And that's why I love you. There's a lot of maturity and integrity in what you do. It's not about bashing people. It's about giving facts and also enlightening people and getting people to see a different point of view. We should be all, as a collective, we should have a mature conversation without having anyone putting faith in anything. It's so unnecessary. There's COVID, people are dying, people are unemployed. There's a lot going on in the world. you catch more flies with honey.
Mm.
I just want to say I love you. I'm excited. That's it for me. You are amazing and you're so good to look at.
Oh, God, thank you so much for calling in.
Bye.
Bye. Cephas, I hope I'm pronouncing. Look, if I mispronounce your names, I apologize. Look, I can do many things, but pronunciation is not always the best. Cephas, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, you actually said it correctly.
Oh,
look at that.
What are your thoughts on this?
Hey, good evening and happy Pride, of course.
Yes.
So I watched it live the night it was happening, and I was both infuriated and insulted at the same time, just as like an avid fan. And I've actually called in on the show twice. First, I was really insulted by the blatant lack of transparency. Like right off the bat, we knew that we were in for mess because we were seeing her avatar again. And this video, more than any other video she's ever done, would have been the perfect opportunity to show your face because you literally have nothing to lose. Your credibility is tanking, the brand is tanking, your viewership numbers are going down, and this is your time to just come across as transparent and forgiving for what all transpired. And then also, I was really confused by Dr. Griffin. I didn't know like what her, like, I mean, she didn't introduce herself, and I didn't know like what her relationship to Monica was. Like, was she an avid fan? Was she like a family friend? I didn't quite know. And also just from like their dialogue, it seemed like they were super close to some capacity. And that also added to the lack of transparency as well, because you're clearly giving this really like softball interview that's really just like an inner monologue. And I think maybe like the best format would have been perhaps if she had taken questions from her panel, or not the panel, but people in the comments or through like the moderators.
Yeah.
Also a very appropriate interviewer, I think, which also would be really ironic and serendipitous at the same time, would be probably DJ Richie Sky, because he both knows her as being on the panel, but also I think he would be able to give her some ease, but also hold her feet to the fire as well, because he knows firsthand experience from working with her and probably a little bit more like background information than the average person.
Are you saying that he may have seen her face?
Perhaps. I don't know. I mean, she did say that she keeps herself completely anonymous because it allows her to, gather tea. But I mean, I think that like, of course, like she definitely respects her daytime panel more than the night panel, because she wasn't holding them till these egregious hours. And they also are more in the business. So I think that they could, or rather like DJ Richie Sky or whoever else would be able to hold her feet to the fire. And, if they asked a question and she answered, like they would be able to give like a follow-up, or maybe hold her accountable or hold her feet to the fire or something,
Yeah.
Like if not Toxic, like who do you think would be like a good interviewer for this video?
Oh my gosh, I didn't expect to answer this question.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
I mean, anyone that we can respect as an interviewer on YouTube. I think it should be maybe a colleague, and when I say colleague, not necessarily someone that's worked with her, but someone that's in this sort of field, and that's a good interviewer. Look, interviewing is a skill, and I'm not going to be cocky here. I'm a good interviewer, and I'm not saying that I'm putting my hat in the ring because I'm not interested. But I think, so people are saying Funky Deneva. Look, I definitely think it should be a peer. But with all due respect, anytime I'm doing an interview like that, I don't want stipulations on what I can't ask. Like, I feel that's why she did it the way that she did it, was because she wanted to control the narrative. And you can control the narrative, but it just came across inauthentic. And that's the problem. You can't come across inauthentic and be an avatar.
It was super heavy-handed. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's all I have to say. Kept it super short. I really enjoy your content. Keep up the great work. Enjoy the rest of your Pride. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I look forward to seeing more videos throughout the summer.
Thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate you supporting the channel and calling in.
Absolutely. Have a good evening.
You too. Queen Lady, are you ready for me? You promised to come back, and here you are.
Yes. Okay. I want to piggyback on Janice when she was talking about the constant lies. Like, I think she just put out tonight some more lies that, like, again, she never spoke about calling her lawyers. She said that live during that night that before Ples joined. She said Ples had said some things about her derogatory in her 2 videos and that she's going to call her lawyers or contact her lawyer. She said that twice in that live. Mm-hmm. And then also to piggyback, leave Team Twirl alone, okay? Because that's one thing about Kenya Moore. She has not told one lie. I have not caught my sis in one good lie. Okay.
I never called her a lie. People think I hate Kenya, but you can't really find anywhere where I hate Kenya. You'll see me hold Kenya's feet to the fire, which I do for everyone.
But what I'm saying that Kenya, she's the one that basically, her and Marlo is the one that outed Portia. If y'all didn't peep that at the reunion about Simon, when she kept calling her out her name. Y'all didn't peep that at the end when she had said what she said about Marlo, about her felonies, and Marlo said, let's not talk. And if you looked at Candy speak on it with Marlo also alluded. Remember, she said, catch up.
Allude, she said,
I'm money low. I've been had money. She's trying to get it again.
But she also said she knows who she's currently dating.
Yeah. And maybe she said, I'm money low. I always had money. You trying to get it again.
Damn.
That was the...
Wait, why are we talking about them? Hold on. Dear Dana, thank you so much for the super chat. Dana says, I believe creators have a responsibility to bring good content and integrity. How are viewers supposed to respect the creator if they come to the table with no respect for their panel, much less their viewers? Come through, dear Dana, with the read.
All right, now let me circle right back real quick.
Yes,
now
please. Look, Team Twirl made me go, ooh.
I'm sorry. With Ples, you know how Team Twirl is. You don't come for us. All right, now with Ples to spin the block. Ples was very honest in all 2 of her videos. She did speak facts. And it's like consistently, like Janet said, has been lies and lies and lies. And when it came to Marcella, I feel bad for Marcella, but in a way, I agree with some people when they say, Marcella, you sat there on multiple streams, even though this is her platform, she's invited you for your opinion. My mouth ain't no prayer book, but I'm gonna speak my piece. And you could have stood up for several things that you believed in. That's how I feel. There was a lot of low ball things that she said about Candy. Now, we heard Phaedra and Portia admit to lying about Candy in the dungeon, but she consistently threw that out there when she was talking about the T.I. Tiny thing, kept bringing that up. That's what made me leave the page, because I'm like, I don't condone another Black woman trying to make another Black woman look like a rapist and all this and this and that, when they clearly said it on the reunion that Portia and Phaedra lied and made that whole story up. And then Candy came back and spent the block and told us the truth. Portia kissed that girl in her mouth off camera, and that's how that came out. So let's be real. I feel like Monica, she was very manipulative, like I said, and she pointed people out. She didn't like the person. You had to be on her side and not like the person either, or dog the person out. And as a curator or a commentator or a gossip blogger, you should be even keeled and have a level head when it comes about your opinion. Have it, be strong in your stance, but be fair across the board.
Yeah, most definitely. Queen Lady, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we're close to 1,000 likes. So let's make sure we get there before I take the next caller. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We are not over yet. We have a couple more calls that I want to get to. But before we do that, just want to remind you to like the page. Well, like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. We appreciate the super chat. Shout out to everyone that's sent in a super chat so far. And don't forget, a new episode of my podcast is now available. And it's all about, of course, some of your favorite hot topics and the hottest topic of the week, all about the tea. All right. So Kempire Radio on all podcast platforms. Be sure to check that out. We've had a really interesting night, y'all. Shout out to all my mods for holding it down. I apologize. I know you never know how long it's going to be, but I think you guys prepare yourselves because it's already over 2 hours at this point. We have a few people. Oh, we're almost at 1,000. I'll take the next caller once we reach 1,000. Hit TikTok. If you're wondering what we're talking about, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on the Kempire on Facebook, Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're also live on Twitch, the Kempire, live on Twitter, the Kempire. Make sure you follow me on all of my social media, the Kempire on IG, Kempire Daily on IG, Kempire Radio on IG. And everything's the same on Twitter. And of course, my TikTok. You're getting daily and consistent, under a minute hot topics on my TikTok. And I post them here as shorts on a part of the YouTube channel as well. Whew, this has been a long night. It's a Friday night, y'all. Y'all can tell I ain't got a boo. All right. Where are we? Oh, we hit 1K. I'll take my next caller. Blessing, I'm going to bring you up. Hey.
Hey, you.
How are you?
How are you? I subscribed and I hit like.
Yes.
And y'all subscribe and y'all hit like and y'all forward this to the next person. So the next person can hit like and subscribe.
Yes.
Okay. Because we building each other.
Amen.
Okay. I just want to say Monica is full of dookie.
Oh, not dookie.
She's full of dookie. We can't say certain words, so I'm just going to say that.
I appreciate it. I just haven't heard that word in so long.
I know. I'm sorry. Hey, I like your your shirt.
Oh, thank you. This is Gap, y'all.
Hey, I'm a Gap person too. Don't get it twisted. I'm forever at 3rd and Fairfax at the Grove.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so what time is it over there? It's like 8 o'clock.
Huh?
It's like 8 o'clock over where you are.
It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I'm in Cali.
Yeah.
I'm a Cali girl, born and raised, LACA all day. But however, Monica's full of dookie. It's kind of sad that as a professional, I'm a professional and we're all professionals. All she had to say was, you know what? I don't feel well and I'll call you and let you know. What the Ples didn't need her money first and foremost, but if she's gonna give up every single Friday of her time, pay that girl. You could pay 150. You could cut it. Ples would have been fine with that, but it's just about communication. And they say, well, it's a miscommunication. Everybody's saying no. It was miscommunication on Monica's dookie self end. It was miscommunication on the dookie in the donkey in the middle. And that's Monica. She's the donkey. She's the dookie donkey. Because at the end of the day, all she had to do was communicate with her employee. That's all she had to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As for everybody else, I wish them well. Marcella, thank you for coming on and just, doing what you had to do in order to clear your name. And I think she's genuine. I think that was very genuine of her. Yeah. If you may agree with me. And I just pray that this is a learning lesson for her, that she never ever plays into somebody's BS. Period, point blank. Because Marcella did at some times. She did play into it. And as a bishop, I think it's a learning lesson for everybody, everyone. And hey, happy Pride Day, happy Pride Day, happy Pride. I'm a straight girl.
You're an ally.
I'm an ally. But hey, my goddaughter is gay, and hey, I'm for the cause all day, every day. I support it. But however, but happy Pride Day. But anyways, that's all I have to say because I know you got people in the back. You hit 1,000. Hey, hit your goal. Continue to be strong, continue to be right, and just do what you got to do in all ways to prosper, and continue to say all your pages, because I follow you guys. I like positivity, and I like to always be, amongst that realm of positive, YouTubers, bloggers, because everybody can sense BS. Yeah. And that's what Monica brought. So Monica, you are the donkey duty of the year, not of the week, not of the day. For the rest of this year, 2020, what is this, 2021? Yes. You are the donkey of the year. The Donkey Dookie. That's what we gonna call her. Donkey Dookie Monica. Period, point blank. Donkey Dookie Monica. I don't care who likes it and who don't like it. Point is, she is a mess, and she should have never discredit that girl.
Yeah.
Never shouldn't have done that. That was wrong. That was evil. And nobody ever follows the devil. And when they do, that's just who they are as an individual too.
Thank you, Blessing, so much for calling in. Thank you, Miss M, for the super chat. She says, fellow Taurian, 510. Oh, the day before my birthday. I've met another Taurus person today. Well, besides on here, y'all. Were you on All About the Tea panel when they were discussing Basketball Wives LA? Well, I was never on the panel. Let's just make that clear. Did I see it? No, because I have to say, earlier on, before I guess they really formed the panel, I kind of would watch here and there, but like a lot of people, I got turned off sometimes. I just didn't. It just wasn't my crowd. It wasn't my crowd. David Hart, no, I do not. Sorry. All right. T. Maria's here. T. Maria, just let me know your thoughts on this hot topic.
Hi, Kempire.
How are you? How's Jamaica? Is Jamaica warm right now? Is it hot?
It is super hot. You know, I'm going to the beach on the weekend, so I'm going to soak up all those good, juicy sun.
Lord. What are your thoughts on this craziness that's been going on?
Well, I thought that she should have let Tasha K do the interview. Tasha did a live as well, and she was on Monica's side. And but I think when Tasha K do those type of interview, you would have to go to her house, and the avatar wants to stay an avatar, so it wouldn't work. The problem that I had with Marcella is just the things that she would say specifically about Candy. And when they did speak about Zanique, which is T.I.'s daughter, they are all adults. They should take responsibility for the things that they say. Well, Monica, she is a puppeteer. She basically prey on these people, and I didn't like it. I still don't like it. In Jamaica, we would say she stiffen her heart, and she would harden her heart and stiffen her neck, because all people was saying to her is just apologize. And everyone that commented, like, just apologize and end this, and they would be deleted. So she wants to be on an island by herself. She enjoys it. She doesn't feel any way about it. I don't think she feels remorseful. She doesn't feel any way. She said that Bishop lied. Marcella is coming back on the panel. He lied about that. And now Marcella is coming out and speaking her truth. Now, who is lying? Because all panel member is basically saying she's a liar. And this is, everyone is seeing it all over the world. That's just so foul. She believes her own lie. I believe that she thinks about a lie, and then she believes that lie. And she will convince every single person that this is true. And I think that's the reason she's going to stay an avatar. She's not going to reveal herself. Never. That will not happen, because she basically let these people come out to the world and show their face. She basically, nothing is happening to her, because nobody knows her, nobody know where she lives, and people see these people threatening them, so she is just foul, and it's just so unfair. I hope that all of the others will form their own panel, because people will definitely follow them.
Yeah. T. Maria, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you as always.
Okay, bye.
One of our other moderators.
Later. Big up yourself.
Thank you. Janice, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, thank you, Marcella, for coming on to speak. And also a huge shout out to my fellow mods. Thank you, Janice. Appreciate you supporting the channel. We have over almost 1,800 people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. When I see the 18 people that disliked, not that I'm focusing on it, because I always tell you focus on the positive. I always wonder, what was it? Was it something I said? Was it something that someone else said? Or first of all, someone came in and disliked it beforehand. Was that Monica? Either way, it's okay. We're going to focus on the 1,000 people that liked this video. Over 1,000 people. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. You're getting consistent and daily hot topics here on the channel. We don't just cover YouTube drama. We don't just cover The Housewives. We don't just cover reality TV. We cover all of it. All of it. And don't forget, Sundays, we've been doing a little brunch hour. I think next Sunday, Fem Taro and I are going to do brunch hour together where we'll talk hot topics. And she will be taking your phone calls to answer one question about your life, about love, career, nothing about health. We'll explain on next Sunday, not this Sunday coming up, but the next Sunday. And people have been asking, you should have Monica read this whole situation. I mean, Monica. We should have Fem Taro read this whole Monica situation. We'll see. We'll see. Because we don't want to, because I know the big question is, who is she really? We're going to move it. As I said to you before, and I'm just going to reiterate this. To me, it's not important for Monica to show who she is, because people will follow her regardless. If she's bringing something special to her channel, people are going to follow her no matter if you can see her face or not. If she's bringing you scorching hot tea, you're going to go there. And in this new interview, she said that she has some blockbuster worldwide exclusives coming. And we sourced her before. Look, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. We have sourced all about the tea before. We've watched their videos before. I enjoyed the panel that they had in the morning and in the evening with. I really enjoyed Pleasant's point of view. To be honest with you, that was really the only point of view I really enjoyed. But I'm being honest. Can I be honest? All right. Okay. All right. Let's go. Miriam, last minute thoughts. I'm going to bring you up. Jamal is not coming. Jamal has signed out of the chat.
Do you like my picture?
Oh my God. Is that for Monday?
That's for you because you love her.
I do love her, but I don't love that picture of her.
I know. That's why I picked it.
Look.
Listen.
What last minute thoughts on this? Miriam, you dropped a lot of tea earlier. Thank you again for everything that you do behind the scenes in regards to supporting the channel and calling in and being part of the conversation, but also what you did in regards to making Marcella feel comfortable to call in on this platform.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I feel like I need to disagree with you. Remember when you said that the channel All About the Tea will be back? She can be back, but she lost the mojo. It will never be what it was, especially because she is really only about the members, as long as she makes money. That woman was making a lot of money on the backs of her panelists who were all groomed to be manipulated. They are adults and they're taking accountability for that. The schoolboy a little bit a day late and $1 short because she went hard. Just like, I don't like when they go like that. They speak of like really private stuff, private part stuff. This and that. It's just like her restaurant reviews. It was what it was, But
with you.
Let you talk about that. That was amazing. Busy Blue and Jolene, they had me dying in the morning. Like I watched. The best thing is to watch something that makes you laugh in the morning.
Oh yeah, I agree. Shout out to Jolene and Busy Blue. They're so funny.
Thank you for subscribing to me.
I hear they're in some drama right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to hear that. Look, but it happens. You just have to do an apology video. Then you'll be on your way to 1 million subscribers.
See, that's the thing. And I feel like all Monica's panelists, had they watered their own lawn, they would have a lot of subscribers. I feel like a lot of meaning, like she had over 100K. She had over 100K because this woman was hijacking these people for 2-3 hours a night and not paying them, giving them what, $300 when she's making probably in the thousands a night just by memberships. We don't know how many people, like, I know it's not a lot, but then like you just put everything.
It's not a lot.
I mean, like, I think it's $4.99. I don't know how much it is, but when you add up, it's a lot.
Oh yeah. That's what I meant. I mean, it's not a lot to join necessarily, but if you have thousands of people, I mean, all about look, you can't deny at their height, they had thousands of people watching them on a nightly basis for hours.
And she ruined that. She self-sabotaged herself because she cannot be wrong. When she started yelling and screaming, I am shaking right now. First of all, if she had text messages that clear her up, guess what? We would have seen them all over, because she is one not to respect private messages. Okay. So there is no messages there. More than one person are corroborating the same story. I don't know about Soda Benir. I'm telling you, I started, like, when I came to you, I was detoxing from the tea. You know what I mean? This is how I started watching you. And then I started calling in, and you're taking, and people would ask me, send me messages. Hey, we don't see you on About the Tea anymore. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes they talk about stuff that I don't know about. So I'm not. So she self-sabotaged completely. She is a narcissist. She thinks she's above the fray. And everybody who was being manipulated by her, they were intoxicated by the popularity. Everybody wants to be liked.
See, and this is why I like the conversation, because, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you guys are just on the panelist side. But what you're saying is that they also benefited from it. And the reason why they stayed as long as they did was because they were talking. Because like I said, at one point, there was probably 5,000-6,000 people watching them and supporting them and sending money to their Cash Apps.
Who wouldn't like them? Okay, I'm not shaming them for that, but I'm feeling like it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, like Monica being nice, they being liked, and then all of a sudden the 1 hour became 1 hour 15 minutes, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours. All of a sudden there's after dark, then there's after party, then it's like on a Friday night, it's a 3-4 hour endeavor to them, and that's draining. Instead of building up their own channels, who ironically they would plug at the end of the shows, but they are not putting content there. So all that plug, hey Plaz, where they can find you, like Plaz, they can find her with you because she's
I can't stand you. Nia, what are your thoughts? I'm gonna bring. Oh wait, Queen Lady, you there? I'm bring it. Last minute thoughts, ladies, just because I like y'all.
Thank you. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nia, you go before me.
Oh no, okay. What I was gonna say is I agree with Miriam, because I used to see her on there all the time. So, and I used to enjoy her talking. So that's why I continue to watch too. And at some point I thought, you know, Monica was gonna like bring her on as a panelist because she used to call in so much. So like that's how when I seen her, I was like, oh, that was the lady that used to call in. I watched a video the other day on YouTube about the breakdown of how much she makes in a year. $96,000 is a lot of money. You understand what I'm saying? So you only giving people $300 to $200 a month. That's chump change. Plus you have a quote unquote what they said corporate job. You're making bank, so you're not hurting to give these people money. This is like what Miriam said in the last live, modern day slavery. These people, like, they work all day. They might as well, I think their only break was probably when they were driving back home. And she literally had them on lives talking about situations that they didn't know fully on. So they had to try to do their best to give their honest opinion as well as be politically correct. Because if they came up here and said, like, for example, they used T.I. and Tiny a lot. Those views went up to 10K a night. You know what I'm saying? And there used to be people.
But in all fairness and in full transparency, in regards to T.I. and Tiny, a lot of the times, if we report on, unless you're very careful with how you word it, you won't get paid fully monetized for those those specific T.I. and Tiny stories because of the nature of it. So a lot of times those don't get ads, and they may get the views, but you're not really getting paid a lot from that story.
The views.
I think she may still get paid because
limited. You can probably get a view, but the super chat she would get money from. But in regards to like ad revenue, probably not.
Let me, because the point I'm about to make is when Soul Demonaire did this interview with Toxic, I'm gonna say her name wrong, but I knew it is Toxic in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
She had the ability to copyright him and get his thing taken down immediately. I feel like she has enough power to, no matter what she says, still be okay, because she said some like serious things, like Bishop even pointed this out. I remember her talking about Zonique, and Zonique got cussed out on a live once, and she was she was like, well, yeah, they have to be prepared for stuff like this. And King, he got into altercation with this dude in the street. The dude kept asking him about his parents and things like that.
Yes.
We can say what we want about T.I. and Tiny. Those are still their children. You understand what I'm saying? If somebody was to tell me my mother and my father was doing that, I wouldn't want to believe it. You understand what I'm saying?
And that hasn't been proven.
Exactly. So as much as, even if we want to believe it or so, we have to let it play out. You understand what I'm saying? I do take allegations like that seriously. Yeah. They're kids.
Exactly. They're still kids. So at the end of the day, that's like being bullied. Like you're bullying someone because of what their parents did. They didn't do something. Their parents did it. That's like kind of like what they call like secondhand embarrassment. Like, you know, I gotta feel bad because of what my parents did. Now I can't live a regular life. But I just wanted to also state that when they did that live, people was, when they blocked out outsiders and only made it for subscribers, people was actually buying subscriptions just to comment. I was tempted to, but I was like, I'll be damned if I pay this $5 to comment when I don't even want to be. I mean, I'm not even a subscriber anymore. I just want to comment because it's not fair what she's doing to Pleds right now.
Yeah. Well, I decided to make it seem as if you guys were crazy because you were talking to an avatar.
Oh, no.
Well, you know, I kind of felt crazy just now. I wanted to say, like, excuse me. Like, you're very
I was like, wait, I want to see how this might feel.
We are crazy for you.
It doesn't make me feel comfortable. Like, the reason why I can say this, I called in on All About the Tea sometimes to speak on certain topics. Because I called in about the OG situation and tell them, like, you know, that OG is not aggressive, she's assertive. You know, there's a difference in it, and we have to be careful on the things that we say, especially about women of a darker skin complexion. You have to be careful.
But she doesn't respect women of color by any means. Even if she is a woman of color, she don't respect women of color. She said I felt racist things against her own culture. It was just, said numerous of things against Black women that it's just like, how could you say that as a Black woman?
Exactly.
But look at that. That's why it seems to everybody that she's a white woman or a gay white man, as they say. You understand what I'm saying?
Damn.
Because that's the things that people are saying. So people are like, oh, she's a white woman, or that she's a gay white man. That's the newest thing that I have been seeing. Like, if you put in hashtag All About the Tea on Twitter, there's this one lady, she's adamant about it. She's adamant that she's a white woman, and she sent these things to Plez.
I just want to remind people in the chat, please no doxing people. As I said to you before, if she wants to remain anonymous, that's up to her. It's up to you if you want to subscribe to that.
No, and that's the truth, because I'm gonna be honest. I was, like someone else has said, they follow Avatar. I followed King Petty for a while. He's on Instagram, and he was an avatar for a long time, and then he started to show his face eventually once he got comfortable. Before a very long time, he was just an avatar. And like they said, some people have personality. Some people even tell you about themselves behind the avatar. It's up to you to believe it or not, but it's just, I just couldn't get with it because of the backhanded things. Like I said, she always said about Black women, just some of the things that she would just say and harp on, like just go in on. It's just like, I can't believe as a Black woman you're doing this. This is like unbelievable. And then, like I said earlier about Marcella, no offense, but as another elder Black woman, I couldn't believe that you sat by and let a lot of that shit fly. Schoolboy, I can see her doing that because of her age and her immaturity at some of the topics as well. Ples, I think why she didn't respond to some of the things is because she knew that she would be attacked. She, if she said anything that went against Monica. So I felt like Marcella had the most opportunity to be that voice of reason besides Ples. And she just went with the flow, I guess, of the rest of the panel. And Bishop, to me, he served a purpose, but not too much, because he sat on his hands too about a lot and let a lot slide. So it's like, to me, if you're going to be a panelist or any person with an opinion, have your own opinion, no matter what, whose platform it is. Stick inside of your truth and your identity. Do not try to blend in and become someone's sheep blindly.
Yeah, most definitely. Queen Lady, thank you so.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were about to end it. Oh
Yeah,
no,
I'm about to, y'all. I've been on here 2.5. Y'all went and refreshing yourself, got probably a drink, used the bathroom. Look, I'm here showing my face. No, I want to round this out. Last minute thoughts. I'm gonna start with Nia. Nia, last minute thoughts, and let's round this out.
I would say, as much as we can say yes, they did sit back on certain things, I would say if we were in that position, what would we do? As much as a lot of people think when they're in a certain position, we would say certain things, sometimes it's hard when you are put on a spot. And not only that, I believe some of them are more calculated than she is. You know what I'm saying? You stay silent so nobody can ever say you said that. You understand what I'm saying? Let her say all of that and let her take the blame for all of it. Because at the end of the day, people know who they are. They don't know who she is. So
But you're guilty
protected
by
either which way.
association. So that's why the whole panel, the rest of the panel, is getting the heat too. Because you're guilty by association. And you can't sit back and let injustice happen in front of you and then later say, but I should have. No, you got to speak up then and there.
We
My
hear this
last
story
word.
all the
I'm out of
time.
here.
We hear
I
this story
thank you,
all the
Kim.
time.
I thank you, family. Y'all liking, y'all subscribing, y'all share, and y'all hit us up. We gonna be here.
Thank you, Queen Lady.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nia. Miriam, last minute thoughts. Quick thought.
Yeah.
Thought.
Silence is complicit, and this is the perfect example of it. That's the only thing that I faltered for everyone in the panel. When Plaz was being attacked, this is when you take a step back. But it's difficult when you're in it and you've been manipulated and you learn to love this person, this avatar that you've never seen, which that was a revelation to me. I really thought they all would see her.
Really? You thought that?
Yes, I did. Because I wouldn't be a panelist with someone that I don't see. I just wouldn't.
Agreed.
So in my mind, they saw her. This is why they, at some point, I thought maybe it was the Cheryl's World thing, family stuff. Because, they all are connected, which I don't think it's bad. So yeah, I was like, I don't know them. This is new for me. And but that was a revelation for me. I just feel like when you see something wrong, speak up. And Monica, just like Queen said, they used to attack women of their own. And you hear sometimes you do subjects saying you're for social justice, but then you don't practice that justice on people you don't like, and you attack their character. For me, attack what they did on the show, but don't attack their character, because you don't know these people. You know them from TV. You can't say anything about Mama Joyce. You can't say anything about T.I. and Tiny's kids. If they done something wrong, it's not their kids' fault. You know what I mean? So they really would go. It was dark. It was at some point I couldn't go there. This is how, like, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to watch Kempire. I liked him on Up and Adam. And then gradually, I'm like, I don't watch that anymore. Even before this, I stopped watching. I was trying to catch up only on the subjects that I liked. But then when I heard what happened, I'm like, wait a second, what happened, Plaz? Like, she's the voice of reason?
Danielle, I'm trying to go to bed.
I just got home.
I'm happy for you.
She has a life.
You missed the entire party then. What do you have to say?
Well, I called in to say I gave my thumbs up early. I checked on y'all early, and then I just went on TikTok, and Dylan was like, oh, they're still live on YouTube. I was like, okay, let me just call and say hi. Hey!
I can't. Tell Dylan, why she watching me on TikTok?
I was watching you on YouTube at first.
Oh my God. Oh, Dylan, I can't.
I don't want them because I don't even know I know what you're talking about, but I missed the entire show. I've been out in these streets having fun. It's Friday night.
Goodbye, Danielle. I can't. Miriam, thank you so much for calling in.
Bye, guys. I love your channel.
Yeah, you're a mess. Guys, we have over 1,600 people in the chat, almost 1,700. Be sure to like this video if you haven't liked it already. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Don't forget, a new episode of my podcast is available today. Kempire Radio link is available in the description of this video, or just go to your favorite podcast platform and type in Kempire Radio. Don't forget to rate and review. It's an important way of supporting the podcast, and join the fun here. You're getting daily and consistent content, and follow me on my social media. Everything is at TheKempire and Kempire Daily and Kempire Radio. Thank you to all of everyone that made donations. Thank you to Marcella for coming in and being a part of the conversation. Thank you to my mods. I appreciate you holding down the chat room. And thank you to everyone that joined in the conversation, whether you called in or you were continuing the conversation in the chat. Look, the show is nothing. I could be just talking to a computer this entire night and no one would be in here. I appreciate you joining the family. The family. It's like, it sounded like mafioso for a second. For joining the community. Joining the Kempire. You guys are the Kempire. Thank you so much for being here. Have a fantastic weekend. Relax. Do something for yourself. Treat yourself to something. I'm going to try and do that, but I'll be back with the mess later this weekend. But happy Pride to everyone. Thank you everyone for being here, a part of the conversation. And shout out to everyone that's involved in the situation. Shout out to Monica. Shout out to Pled. Shout out to Schoolboy. Shout out to the Bishop. Shout out to the Princess. Shout out to So Debonair. Shout out to Marcella. I appreciate them sharing their side of it. Will I be working on a documentary called Surviving the Avatar? Maybe. And I hope that you guys can get the joke. We don't mean any harm. We're just covering the story. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.